Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. As you can tell from the title of this video, we have a Tarte Shapetape dupe here today from the brand Ucanbe. I have reviewed quite a few eyeshadow palette dupes from them in the past, and I must say that I loved most of them. If you haven't already, definitely go and check those videos out because you can save some serious money and you will actually get a better eyeshadow palette than you would have if you purchased the one that they're duping. I'm sure most of you know exactly how a Tarte Shapetape looks like, but if you don't, then this is what it is. It's a very full coverage concealer from Tarte that's quite lightweight. You do also get a lot of product compared to other concealers that came out at the time when this one was released. It cost £24 for 10 milliliter of product. It comes in 35 different shades, which is really impressive. I must say though that they didn't originally come out with 35 shades. They extended the range over time due to the popularity of the concealer. Tarte is an American brand, however the concealer was made in Korea and it has 6 months shelf life, which is quite a bummer because it is a lot of concealer and you really don't need a lot because of how full coverage it is. So I don't think you will be able to use it all up in 6 months unless you wear makeup every single day. They claim that it's not just full coverage, but it's also really lightweight. It won't be creasing and it will stay on for over 16 hours. Even more, they claim that it not just doesn't crease, but it will even blur and smooth out fine lines and wrinkles on the face. I have it in the shade light. This is only slightly lighter than my skin tone because I'm personally not one of those people who like to really dramatically brighten the under eye area. I like a more natural look. So I normally tend to go with the concealer that's only a little bit lighter than my foundation. Now let's talk a little bit about the Ucanbe concealer. As soon as you look at the concealer, you know why I felt like I have to review this. The whole packaging looks really inspired by the Tarte Shapetape. It's a very similar size. The cap is a gold color with purple motifs on it. The motifs look slightly different on the Ucanbe one, but even though it's a slightly different motif, I'm sure it immediately reminds you of the Shapetape. Now, even though the packaging looks like it's the same size, in reality it contains 6 milliliter of product, which is slightly more than half of what the Shapetape contains. It comes in only 4 shades and I decided to go with number 2, Ivory, because number 1, Porcelain, had a lot of yellow undertones to it. And as you can tell, I have quite cool toned skin, so I prefer concealers and foundations that match my skin tone. So I normally go with something cool toned. And there's not a lot of information about it on the website, apart from that it's waterproof, just as the Tarte Shapetape. They claim that it's full coverage. We will see about that. They say it's brightening. I guess that will depend on how light of a shade you choose. And they claim that it's a very long-lasting concealer, just like the Shapetape is. I feel like they were kind of replicating the claims Tarte made with their own concealer. I would actually be very impressed if they really managed to do the Tarte Shapetape. We shall see. Without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into applying it. Just like with the eyeshadow palettes, I'm gonna be applying the original one on this side of the face and the dupe on this side. And I'm gonna be using my Zoeva concealer buffer brush because that's my preferred method of applying concealers. I'm gonna first apply the original one because that's what we want to compare the other one to. And I'm gonna go on and blend it out. Before we apply the other side, I'm just gonna swatch them both on the back of my hand to compare the color. So this is the Shapetape and this is the Ucanbe one. They look quite similar. The Ucanbe one is slightly lighter. I must say though that the Ucanbe one feels a lot more liquidy, and I do think that it applied more sheer than the Shape Tape. Just gonna blend them out. As you can see, the Shape Tape goes a really long way. It actually feels somewhat similar, but it definitely doesn't go as long way as the Shape Tape does. Another thing I noticed is that the applicator looks really different. This is how the Ucanbe one looks like, and this is how the Tarte one looks like next to it. As you can see, there is a huge difference in size. I will be honest with you, I actually don't mind that at all, because I feel like a smaller applicator will give you more control over the product. And at the end of the day, if it really is so full coverage, you won't need a lot of product. With the Tarte Shape Tape, I do sometimes feel like I'm wasting product because of how much it applies, and then I have to use my beauty blender to remove some of it. Now let's apply the Ucanbe one as well. I'm gonna try to be fair and apply just as much as I did on the Tarte side, even though, like I said, the applicator is smaller here, so I'm gonna need to dip back into the product a couple of times. I also went on and cleaned my brush, so now we are ready to blend this out as well. I feel like they look quite similar. I think I have somewhat less coverage on the dupe side. However, I don't really have any discoloration under my eyes. So to be able to fully test the coverage, I'm gonna be using them on my tattoo and try to cover it up. I'm gonna add some of the Shape Tape on this side and some of the Ucanbe one on this side. And I'm gonna blend them both out using the brush. I think they both did quite a good job. All right, so this is quite promising so far. I don't see any creasing on either side. I do find that the Ucanbe one dries down to a more yellow shade than the Tarte Shape Tape does. Apart of that, I don't really see any big difference between the two sides. I'm gonna go off camera now. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, set my under eye and add some colors to the face. And when I'm done, I'm gonna be back and we're gonna have another look at them. Alright, so as you can see, my makeup is completed. In case you're interested, I'm wearing the Modern Renaissance palette on my eyes and NARS Audacious lipstick in the shade Raquel on my lips. And I kept you zoomed in to be able to show you the two under eyes. I honestly cannot see any difference. If anything, the Ucanbe side looks a little bit less dry than the Tarte side. Of course, the way the concealer looks like at the time of application is just one thing. We also want to see how it looks after some hours of wear. So I'm gonna disappear now for a couple of hours. When I'm back, I'm gonna have some eyeliner on as well, because I'm gonna go and film another video where I'm testing out some eyeliners. Apart of that though, I'm not gonna touch anything else on my face. So we're gonna be able to tell how the two concealers hold up after a couple of hours of wear. I will see you guys very soon. Alright guys, I'm back. It's been about 5 hours since we applied this concealer. Unfortunately, I won't have time to test these out any longer. I must say though that so far I don't see any difference. I have to say that I'm wearing one of my favorite foundations today, the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation and Ben Nye Setting Powder in the shade Fair. They are both really good products. So the concealers had all the help they could get. I don't see any difference on the two sides, quite honestly. I don't feel like I'm getting less coverage on the dupe side whatsoever. I still have them on my tattoo as well. Once again, this was the Shapetape and this was the Ucanbe concealer. The Tarte one dried down to a lot darker, pinker color. The Ucanbe one is more yellow toned now. They both oxidized quite a lot since application. I don't really see it under my eyes though. I think they look pretty much the same. As far as ingredients go, of course, there is a big difference between the two. The Tarte Shapetape is about 10 times more expensive than the Ucanbe one, so you can expect that they will use more quality ingredients. The end results, though, don't look different enough to justify spending 10 times more to get the Tarte one. Please let me know if you ever tried this Ucanbe concealer, and if you did, what did you think about it? I haven't really seen anyone on YouTube comparing them yet, and simply because of how similar the packaging looked like, I just knew I had to test it out, and I think it's a really good concealer for £2.40. I don't think you can get any cheaper than that. That is super affordable, definitely a lot more affordable than £24 for the Tarte one. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I would love to have you here. I also have Facebook, Instagram and Patreon. Please check those out as well if you have a minute. And take care of yourself until next time. I will see you very soon.